Seen the new Playboy?
Good?
Oh, Derek's tits.
All right.
TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast.
Okay, so I caught this on NFL Network, and they're pushing how great the Cleveland Browns are, and everyone knows they stink, but they had to put something on there to boost the confidence of all the Cleveland fans out there, all 17 of them. So they put the girl on there, and she tells everybody how great they are, and this is nonsense, so let's get into it.
It seems that the word Moneyball has become just another way of saying analytics. But Moneyball comes from baseball and was a strategy for smaller budget teams to value players in a different way than bigger budget teams.
This is football. This is not baseball, so who cares? Football has a salary cap. Baseball doesn't. Moneyball does not apply here. I don't know what you're talking about. Analytics? Analytics is a fancy pants word for data. That's all that is. So just because some blonde shoves her boobs in her face and says, "Hey, analytics, yay!" That doesn't make the word mean anything special. So far, not off to a great start.
In the NFL, unlike baseball, total team payroll is a constant. There's a defined salary range and lots of rules which level the budget playing field. So the money part of Moneyball doesn't apply.
Yes, that is correct. The NFL has a salary cap. Baseball doesn't have a salary cap. So that makes this Moneyball term a non-issue. It doesn't fit here. So I have two questions for that. Number one, who's going around saying the Cleveland Browns playing Moneyball because they're so smart and they're so great, they're playing Moneyball? Who's saying that? I've never heard that. And number two, okay, blonde boobs, if it doesn't have anything to do with football, why are you bringing it up?
And it's not what's currently going on in Cleveland. Heading into free agency, the Browns had over $100 million in cap space. That's $68 million more than the average team.
Okay, so the super smart and totally awesome Cleveland Browns are playing spend no money ball. Is that it? I don't get it. I'm sure as we go on with the clip, we'll figure it out. So let's keep going.
By spending cap dollars to acquire Brock Osweiler's expensive contract, they were able to buy a second-round draft pick.
Okay, I think this is where the clip starts to get off the rails a little bit. So they spent almost 60% of that over $100 million cap space on Brock Osweiler and a second-round pick. Okay, let's unpack this a little bit. Brock Osweiler, his stats from 2016. I think this is relevant. Touchdowns, 15. Picks, 16. Ooh, not good. Yards, 2,957, which breaks down to a robust 197 yards per game. Give me a fucking break. And and another robust rating of 72.2. All right. So, to be fair, he did have a decent win-loss record. I'll give him that. I think he was 8-5, something like that. But I would definitely give more credit team-wise to the defense, which is psycho, versus his lanky arm. I'm just being honest there. And hey, good job. You got a second-round pick. Now you got to make a good pick with it. Now the guy's going to be out of the league in 3 fucking years. So, this is not helping. Let's keep going.
Had Cleveland been moneyballing, an inexpensive player would have been selected with specific performance attributes that the team could make use of on the field.
All right, stop with the moneyball and blonde boobs. So what they did, instead of getting an inexpensive player with specific talents, they got an expensive player who has no talent and probably won't be on the field. Why not just worry about getting guys who are going to be on the field? You need everything. You need every part of the offense and the defense. Just get anyone. Get anyone who can play. What are you talking about? All right, come on, keep going.
And it doesn't end there. On draft day, the Browns roster was seemingly still without a starting quarterback. Traditional Moneyball values suggest that assets should have been focused on picking a quarterback, the most important position on the field, early in the draft.
Okay, so every team who needs a quarterback and picks one early is traditional moneyballing. which doesn't exist in the NFL because of the salary cap, like you said in the beginning of this clip. Now, Kaiser was a second-round pick. He was 52nd overall. That's pretty high. So which is it, Blonde Boobs? What are you talking about? Let's go. Keep going.
Instead, the Browns used their 4th pick on a quarterback. They chose 3 players that don't play positions as important as the quarterback higher because they value the non-quarterback's ability to contribute at a high level immediately. Are the Browns teaching us how to use analytics in the NFL? Absolutely.
Okay. The Browns aren't teaching anybody shit, all right? Give me a break. I think the Browns are trying to do what Seattle did. And they're also trying to do it while acquiring a lot of picks. So that if you screw up a pick, you still have another pick and another pick and another pick. So I'm going to go on a little rant here. In my opinion, you can build a Super Bowl team 3 ways. 1, you can find a quarterback really high in the draft because you stink, and then you build the offense around him. And I guess you could try and outscore teams. A lot of teams try to do that. A lot of teams try to move up and get quarterbacks. Shit, the Rams did it last year. And a lot of teams fail miserably at it. Look at what the Rams could have been if they would have gotten like a Wentz. People would be talking about them, hey, 5-6 years, not even 5-6 years, a couple of years from now, watch out for them. They got a crazy defense. Now they got this quarterback that's going to mature. They have a running back. You fix up the offensive line a little bit, and there you go. You should be in the playoffs within the next year or 2. But they picked the wrong guy. Now they're fucked. Another way is the inside-out method, which is build up, start in the inside. Start with the lines. Build up your offensive line. Build up your defensive line. And then you move out incrementally to the linebackers or the running back, blah, blah, blah. Usually there's an emphasis on the defensive side of the ball with that, just like there is on the third way, which is just build the defense up and just make sure teams don't score. So, of those 3 methods, 2 of them leave quarterback gaps that are fixed by A, drafting a mid-round quarterback in the hopes that he pans out, kind of like Seattle did, which is why I'm kind of aligning Seattle with what Cleveland's doing. Or you build up all the other elements of the team that so much that you become one of those legit, they're just a quarterback away teams. So you can attract a good scheme quarterback that'll fit via free agency.
But we need a different word because they're not moneyballing. They aren't bound by a low payroll. They're using analytics to differentiate by talent.
Okay. So let's recap the points Blonde Boobs is making here before we get out of here. Number 1, the Browns are great and they're playing Moneyball in the NFL, but they're not playing Moneyball in the NFL. That makes sense. Another one, drafting a quarterback early or in the first round when you need one is playing Moneyball, which if you actually dig into that way of thinking, you'll realize it's probably one of the worst ways to try and make your team better or win a Super Bowl. Number 3, Blonde Boobs needs a name for what the super awesome and totally super cool Cleveland Browns are doing. Let's just call it trying to copy what the Seattle Seahawks did. Okay?
Boom! Knocked you out! Eat it, whore!
Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkManRadio on Facebook and Twitter, and kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.